Title: My neighbor's lights have been on for 3 weeks straight, and something is watching me through their window. I live in a pretty quiet suburban cul-de-sac. Nothing fancy, just rows of identical homes, trimmed lawns, and the occasional block party that nobody really enjoys. Across the street is a house that's been empty for almost a year. The previous owners, an elderly couple, moved into assisted living, and no one's bought it since. It's been quiet, dark, forgotten. Until 3 weeks ago. One night I was taking out the trash and noticed something strange. The lights were on in the house, upstairs and downstairs, every room. I figured maybe a realtor left them on, or there was an inspection going on. But they stayed on the next night, and the next, and the next, nonstop. Bright white LEDs, buzzing faintly, like the house was trying way too hard to say, "I'm not empty." I called the HOA. They said the house was still on the market and no one should be inside. I called the realty company. They swore no one had been there in over 2 months. I even knocked on the door one afternoon. No answer. I walked around back. Fence was locked. Windows were shut tight. But I swear I felt someone watching me from inside. That night, things got worse. I was brushing my teeth upstairs and glanced out the window. The bedroom window across the street, second from the left, had the blinds open now, just a crack. And there was a face there, not moving, just staring, white, expressionless, eyes like holes carved into ice. I froze, toothbrush in hand, foam dripping down my chin. I didn't blink for what felt like a full minute. Then the blinds slowly closed. I didn't sleep that night. I kept checking the window every hour. Sometimes the blinds were open, sometimes shut. Once, at around 3:40 a.m., they were open just enough that I could see it smiling. Not a big grin, just the tiniest upturn of the mouth. Like it was amused. I started keeping the curtains drawn, but I'd hear things now. Every night around 2 a.m., a low hum, not from my house, not from the street, from that house. It buzzed through the walls like a living thing, like the lights were whispering. A few nights ago, I finally snapped. I went over there with a flashlight and a crowbar, full of adrenaline and zero plan. I told myself, if there's someone squatting, I'll scare them off. If it's a prank, I'll end it. I broke the side window and climbed in. The house was completely empty. No furniture, no people, no dust even. Just a strange coldness that didn't match the summer air. But the lights were still on, and they weren't normal lights. They were old fluorescent tubes, blinking in rhythm, almost like they were pulsing. And then I heard it, upstairs, footsteps, slow, dragging, deliberate. I called out, "Hello?" They stopped. Then the humming began again, but this time louder. I could feel it vibrating in my teeth. I turned to run, but at the bottom of the stairs, I saw the figure again. Same face, pale, empty-eyed, thin as shadow, standing still like it had been waiting. I bolted, out the window, tore my hand open on the glass, didn't stop running until I was back in my house with every light on. That was 2 nights ago. Last night, my lights started flickering, every bulb in the house in sync, like it was calling to something. This morning, I checked my security camera. It only caught 3 seconds of footage from 3:03 a.m. before it cut out. But in those 3 seconds, something stepped out of the house, across the street. Something that wasn't human. It didn't walk, it unfolded, and then it turned its head toward my camera. I'm leaving tonight. I don't care where I go. But if you live in a neighborhood where a house suddenly lights up after sitting dark for years, don't look in the window. And for the love of God, don't let it know you saw it.